The MSRP of $65,000, but you're adding $23,000, so it's 88 grand. 2 full rows of $100,000 trucks. $100,000, $100,000. Does that look like a $28,000 lift to you? $30,828. That's an add-on. Who's buying these $100,000 trucks? So this is absolutely insane. I have found 3 trucks right here that are all going to cost you over $100,000. So this first one is a Rocky Ridge model, and it is a Ram 1500 Hemi with the e-torque. The actual package on here costs $30,828. That's an add-on right there. So the total price on this one with the add-ons is, hopefully I get it, $97,742. Truck looks great, love it, but crazy, crazy, crazy price. I don't know why, but it always feels like I'm on a special ops mission for you guys when I get out of the truck at one of these dealerships. So please subscribe if you haven't. So all these trucks that are actually behind me right now, they got 2 full rows of them. They're all right around $90,000. They're the F-150s. They got the Black Widow, the lifts on them with the rims, the nice, they're awesome, awesome trucks, right? But all of them are coming to right around a price of $90,000. And when you get inside and you're paying your additional fees, your dock fees, your taxes and everything, you're gonna be right around $100,000 for all of these trucks in this line. Nobody can afford that anymore. And I'll show you the breakdown. So all of these trucks, they have an MSRP of around like anywhere between $60,000, $65,000. But you're adding on this options that are $28,000 and you get that total price of 90 grand. And that's absolutely crazy. So I'm gonna show you this lift and tell me if it's worth $28,000. Does that look like a $28,000 lift to you? I mean, the rims are nice too, but I don't think it's there. I don't think it's there. All right, so here's another Ram, and it's got the Black Widow package. So again, you get your rims, you get your lift on it, but the total price for this add-on for the Black Widow package, $28,458. Crazy, crazy, crazy. So this truck comes to a grand total of $94,000. $94,000 for this truck. So I often get the question down in the comments, Brandon, who's buying these $100,000 trucks? Who are these people that can afford to do that? 2 years ago, you had this massive creation of perceived wealth, right? So we had the stock market that was ripping, we had interest rates that were low, banks were loose, you could get money everywhere, you had home values that were spiking. People literally thought they had money just coming out of every orifice, right? All right, yet another Ram, and this one's got the Badlander lift on it. So you got the rims, you got the lift right there. So they actually don't have the options separated on this truck, but they have the total amount, which is $100,256 for this truck. Yeah, looks great, looks awesome, sweet truck, but I don't know about $100,000. So when they would come to a dealership like this and they needed a truck, maybe they only needed a Ranger, a smaller tier truck. But because they felt like they were just getting money from every angle and their net worths were just spiking, they're like, you know what, we can afford it. So we're going to tier up and we're going to buy this $100,000 truck because you know what? We've worked hard, we deserved it, our business is doing well, money's just coming from everywhere and it's easy to get this loan. So you know what? We're just going to buy it. All right, we got a couple more F-150s here and they've actually got the lift on them. So there's your lift, there are your rims, and you got the MSRP of $65,000, but for the lift and the add-ons, you're adding $23,000, so it's 88 grand. But I will say something, if you look up here in the window, it says was $88,000 and now it's $80,000. So they've taken $8,000 off the price, and it's probably because there's less appetite for a lot of these big lifted trucks. I see 1, 2, 3 right here. We had a bunch of Rams on the other side, so there are actually at least 7 or 8 of these big lifted trucks that are on this dealership with these crazy lift packages, like anywhere from $20,000 to $30,000. All right, Ford Lightnings, they are one of my favorite things to point out in this realm of ridiculousness that we're going through right now. So let's see some prices. All right, this is a Ford Lightning F-150 Lariat, and the MSRP on this one is $89,000, but we have got some add-ons. So even on top of the $89,000, you've got extra fees, and then your total comes to $90,000, $90,401. Crazy. And now what you're seeing is this reaction from the car market from this perceived wealth that people had over the last couple of years, because the car market is reactionary. These car dealers are reactionary. These car manufacturers, they're reactionary. So if they're seeing these consumers come in and they're buying all these really, really expensive trucks instead of the lower tier trucks like the Rangers, then they're saying, you know what, we make way more money off these big $80,000, $90,000 trucks anyway, so let's produce more of those because that's what the consumers want. I did want to look at an F350 while we're here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4 right here. I like black. It's my favorite color on the truck, so let's go check it. All right, so this is a 2023 F350, and your total price here is right there. It's $88,123 for this Ford F350. But now what's happening? We're seeing a perceived, what's the inverse of perceived wealth? It's perceived brokenness, right? Inflation is a problem. Everything costs more. Interest rates are up. Banks are actually tightening their lending practices, so it's harder and harder every day to get a loan. All right, and here's another Ram with the Rocky Ridge package, and it's $93,116. So now money is just not flowing everywhere anymore. People don't have access to this easy credit that they were able to get over the last couple years. Student loans are coming due pretty soon. And you know what? Because interest rates are up, housing values have already peaked, and we're starting to see that house values, home values are coming down, and a lot of people's perceived wealth actually comes from what they feel like they can sell their house for. So this video is mainly about trucks, but I also wanted to check some of these bigger SUVs too, because they are also out of control as far as pricing goes. So this right here is a 2023 Ford Expedition. It's the King Ranch edition, so it's one of the higher trims, but MSRP on this one is $87,945. And after a little bit of add-ons, the total price here is $88,823. So now in both cases, in the perceived wealth and perceived brokenness, the individual is probably not wealthy and they're probably not broke. But the psychology of that can really affect their spending habits. All right, so here's actually the lowest trim Expedition I can find here. It's an XLT, and still, even with that, the price is still MSRP is $74,000, and then your total price is $75,000. So in Expedition here, third row, cheapest thing you're going to find, still $75,000. That's crazy, crazy. So no longer do we have that wealthy consumer that just comes up on the lot and says, you know what, I can afford anything on this lot. I can make that $1,500, that $1,800 monthly payment because I just got money coming in from everywhere. Business is great. People are buying things. The economy's booming. No problem. I can afford it. No longer does that consumer exist, and that's why a lot of these $80,000, $90,000, $100,000 trucks are stacking up at these lots, because a lot of those consumers have actually been taken out of the market. All right, so this is actually a Ram 2500 Power Wagon. The price on this one is $84,000, and this is a Ram 2500, not a 1500. There you go. And now what's been created are a lot more consumers that have this perceived brokenness where, you know what, they're looking at their truck that's sitting out in their driveway that it's got some issues, and typically I would just go trade it in and buy a new truck. But instead what they're thinking is, you know what, money's tight, it's about to get tighter, I don't like the way that the economy is going, so you know what, let's fix these few little things on this truck and let's make it run as long as possible. And in that case, that consumer is not coming out and buying one of these brand new nice $80,000, $90,000, $100,000 trucks. They're making their truck last as long as possible because they want to hold on to their money, because they're worried about the outlook of the way that the economy is going for them, and they're going to pinch pennies and they're going to hold on to the available money they have. That means they're not going to be spending it on things that maybe they don't need. All right, I've actually got a good comparison between one of the higher tier models of the F-150 and one of the lower tier models of the F-150s right here, so we'll compare the prices. All right, so this one's going to be your upper tier. This is actually a F-150 Platinum, and this is a 2023 4x4 Super Crew Platinum, and the total MSRP on this one is $78,090. I'm not seeing any add-ons or anything here at this dealership, which is a good thing. Okay, this is one of their lower trim packages. It's the F-150 STX, and the MSRP on this one is $51,260. And when this happens in the economy, what suffers the most are these very, very extravagant wants, these luxury cars. Now a high-end truck, a $100,000 truck, is now a luxury vehicle, right? So when I'm out looking at these really, really expensive trucks, I always like to come back to Toyota and look at their Tundras too. I'm partial to a Tundra. I really, really like Tundras, but I found the most expensive Tundra that this dealership had. It's a 1794 edition, 2023, and the price on it, there you go, $69,145. So when the other brands are going towards the way of the $100,000 trucks, Toyota's most expensive model that I can find is right around 70 grand. And they have all these other Tundras over here too. And most of these are actually ranging anywhere from about $56,000 up to about $62,000 is what you're going to pay for these Tundras over here. So that's why you're seeing these trucks just sit here and they're loading up on these dealer lots. And it's right next door, so we might as well check it. Here is a Honda Ridgeline. This one is a 2023 Ridgeline all-wheel drive Sport. MSRP on this is $40,000. But here you've got tons and tons of add-ons equating to about $3,600 worth of add-ons. Total price, I don't know if I showed that to you, $44,217 for this Ridgeline. And you know what? They're going to continue to sit because the economy's not getting any better, interest rates are not going any lower, inflation's not getting any better anytime soon, and we've got student loans that are coming due very, very soon. Oh my goodness.